What do we know, everybody? Today, I have a few things that I got to do to my John Deere Z445 mower. Now, you've seen a Z445 in a few of my other videos that is the Boss Man's. This is the one that I got. His is a newer model than what mine is. But I have to change the oil today, the filter, and since I shredded the belt there this last weekend, I got to put a new belt on it. So I think I'll keep you guys along for this. And I got a little helper today. Say hi, buddy. Say hi. So this one is different than the Boss Man's. The Boss Man's, everything was over on the side here. Everything here is really easy to get to on the back. I'll drain my oil out of this. There's my filter. It's pretty simple. Thank goodness. His was a little more difficult. We'll also pull the air filter out, blow it out, see if we need a new one or not. And I already topped off hydraulic fluid, so we don't have to worry about that. And then I gotta figure out how I'm gonna string the belt from the deck to the drive. Shouldn't be too difficult. So the first thing I'm gonna do, after I let it run a little bit, you let it run, get everything warmed up, put whatever I'm gonna put under here to catch the oil. Just twist this off. And we'll let that drain for a little bit. And we'll also bring it up here. I'm also going to take off, or loosen, I should say, your fill neck. And that'll give a little bit of airflow through there. It'll make that come out a little faster for us. And then once that's pretty well done, I'll pull the filter off and we'll get that draining too, get everything cleaned up. Now we got the oil slowed down a little bit. We'll go ahead and take this filter off. Boy, they got that bugger tight. There we go. Let that go in the drain pan, and we'll let everything continue to drain. Now there is one really cool thing that John Deere does, and all these zero turns that I've worked on, they all have it. And I'll flip you around and I'll show you what I'm talking about. So if you lift the seat up, somewhere around here there's going to be stickers. This sticker here will tell you what you have. And then this sticker over here will tell you how much oil you need. Just something neat. Also give you your service intervals and everything else. So that little sticker right there is going to take the guesswork out of how much oil you're going to need. Now, I know you can easily figure it out. You can search online, you can talk to somebody, but it's nice they put a sticker right there so you don't have to worry about it. All the information's right where you need it. Now that we have the oil drained out of it, our next step is going to be to put the drain plug back in. And then we're going to take our rag and we're going to clean everything around where the filter goes. Now, next step, after we clean the filter area on the motor, we're going to take a little bit of oil and we're going to run it around the gasket of this oil filter. We don't need to fill the oil filter on this one, but we just want to run the oil around it to make sure that it seals properly. Well, I got called away for a little bit. Had to go run some seed out to the Boss Man and had to fix a few things that broke on the planter. Not a big deal, but it took a little bit. But one little point I want to make with changing oil in anything, not just this mower, but generally you want to put your filter on hand tight. You don't want to put a filter wrench on it and cinch it on. Now, if your hand's slipping a little bit because of the oil, you can put a rag on your hand or around the filter. That'll give you a little bit of friction, a little bit of traction to get that turned in. If you use a filter wrench or pliers like I got, and you cinch that on, then you run into what I ran into getting it off. It's tight. And you either run into that, or you ruin the seal on it. And that's not a good deal either. But after we get everything cleaned up, get the filter on, the next step, obviously, is to put oil in it. And you can look and you can see how much oil is supposed to go by the nice sticker they put on here. And then you fill it. And I think it goes without saying, you fill it through the little fill neck they got there, where your old dipstick is. This guy right there. See a dipstick goes in it? That's where we'll fill our oil. Now, we don't have to fill that filter. It's sitting sideways, so we dump it all out anyway. But the reason we don't have to fill it is because you never get all of the oil out. So there's still going to be some oil in the engine. So once we start the engine up, after we got the oil in it, it'll fill the filter and everything's going to be fine. We're not running it dry. All right. Got all the oil in it. We ran it, warmed it up, checked everything, got no leaks. Oil levels where it's supposed to be. So we got that going for us. Now, I would recommend that while you're going this deep into it, changing oil, everything else, I would recommend obviously cleaning the air filter, seeing if you need a new one. It's always good to put a new one in. And the next order of business, greasing. It is a whole lot cheaper and easier to grease things than it is to pay for stuff in the end. That's the way we always looked at it in the truck. It's the way I look at it now. Sometimes it's a pain, but it is not that hard to do it once a year on one of these mowers. So I definitely recommend greasing everything you can on the deck. Don't need fancy grease, don't need expensive grease, but I would recommend greasing it. But I think I'm going to call this quits here. I'm going to do the belt on another day since I got called away. So I'll get this put together, go inside, enjoy my wonderful wife. Little man's asleep now. But I hope some of you found this informative. If you did, great. I'm happy for it. If you enjoyed watching the video because of my pretty face, I'm happy for that too. But anyway, guys, I enjoy making these videos. So if anybody enjoyed it for any reason, I'm happy with that. But as always, guys, I thank you all for watching.